So the M14 Marksman rifle has one of the fastest time to kills in Delta Force right now. Not the Marksman rifle that the Recon use, but the M14 full auto Marksman rifle that the Engineer uses. So I want to make a quick guide on what I think the best slots are for it. So starting off with our muzzle, the Sandstorm vertical compensator is going to give you the most control out of any of your options. If you're really set on running a suppressor, you can either run the M7 practical suppressor or the advanced multi-caliber suppressor. One gives -4 to control and one gives -4 to handling. Personally, I would take the control over handling, as the handling is already pretty good with the laser. So anyways, I find that it needs the extra control with the compensator, but you can run the suppressor if you really feel like you need to. So moving on from there on the barrel, I actually just run the Roamer standard barrel. You could run the short if you wanted some more handling. However, you would lose out on stability and control. Personally, I think that the Roman standard barrel is just fine. I don't really feel like I need the extra handling. So moving on from the barrel, for our rails, I'm just running the Ranger handguards. These give you extra control, I'm pretty sure, because the Python give you handling. So again, if you need more handling, you could change these out for the Python, but honestly, I think the handling is just fine as it is. So we're running 3 Ranger handguards on the upper, right, and left. Then on the upper rail, we are running your favorite color of laser light combo. Personally, I'm running purple as I think it's harder for people to see, but if you want to, you can run a blue, green, or red. And yeah, this is definitely needed. It adds so much handling to your gun when you're using the laser, so definitely use the laser. If you want to be really sneaky, you can turn it off when you're like sneaking up behind enemies, but personally, I haven't found that people see the laser on you too much. So moving on to the foregrip, I'm using the X25U angled combat grip. It gives insane control. If you go through all of the other foregrips, none of them give you as much control as the this foregrip does. So it's definitely the best one that you can use pretty much by far. There's not even one that comes close. Definitely take it. It gives you so much horizontal and vertical control. Moving on to the optic, this is a more of a personal preference sort of thing. Personally, I'm using the XCOG at 3.5 times scope. I think it works just fine for short range. Honestly, this gun shoots pretty well at point firing. Like, you don't even have to scope in at short range, especially with the laser. And I think that for long range, this is more than enough on the majority of the maps. On some of the maps, you may want to go with something like the LPVO scope. This is a really clean scope too. The only reason I don't run it all the time is because you get the moderate glint on ADS and you lose the 2 handling. This is a really nice scope as well, but again, you lose a bunch of handling and you have a glint. With the 3.5 times scope, you don't have any glint and you don't lose much handling. So again, this is personal preference. You could also run like a red dot, but personally, I find that the scoping in is really, really nice and definitely very helpful. So moving on from the scope, on the handguard kit, you're just going to want to run the advanced frame as it gives you the control and stability and all that. And then, well, it lets you have the attachments for that. And then for our stock, I run the light stock as it gives you +6 to control and handling. None of the other stocks come close to being as good as light stock. So yeah, even if you go through all these, you're not going to find one that gives you the control and handling that this stock does. This stock is pretty much the best stock for like all of the guns, honestly. Then we don't have like a grip on this gun. So finally the mag, we have the 50 round mag. Once you get the 50 round mag, this gun really changes. Going through the 20 and the 30 is a little bit rough, honestly. But once you get the 50, I mean, you can easily get pentakills, just mowing down people, just holding down the fire button. So moving on from the attachments, let's go to our calibrate settings. For the barrel, we're going to have the weight limit all the way to the left side for the ADS move speed, and then we want the length all the way to the side as well for the ADS speed. Firing stability and muzzle velocity honestly aren't that important here, and the ADS speed and movement speed are both very, very important. Moving on to our foregrip, we're going to move it all the way to the left so that we get more ADS movement speed. The stability while moving honestly isn't that important, at least not as important as the movement speed. So for the weight limit, we'll have it all the way to the side and placement all the way on the left side. We get extra control and extra ADS move speed. Firing stability and aiming stability while breathing, both are not important. Then finally, moving on to the optic, I actually haven't adjusted the optic at all. I think it's just fine. If you want like a little bit less optic, you could do that or that. It's just totally up to you, honestly. It's more personal opinion on this one. So anyways, that is the modify and the calibrate. If you're wondering how I got this skin, you just have to max level the gun and then you get 2 or 100 kills, I think, or maybe it's 200 kills in just any of the warfare things, and then you get that skin for free. So anyways, that should be about it for this gun guide. Let me know what you think in the comments below, or if you run a different gun. I guess what I can do is, if I'm not sure if they have codes or not in Warfare, but if they do, I will share it in the comments below. But yeah, anyways, thank you so much for watching. I'll have some clips playing at the end. If you want to catch more future gun guides, feel free to subscribe, and thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.
Ready to deploy.
That's so annoying. Gosh, shut down. I'm gonna go say hi. Got one. Got two.
Strategic beacon deployed. Victory in sight. They can't hold much longer. Soldier!
I'm here! Hurry! Advise. Enemy troops are attacking objective level 1.